When it comes to investing, every investor wants to maximize shareholder value, the bottom line of each company. When you can maximize your profits is when the corporate lives longer and they have sustainable operations. And this sustainability is not going to come if the company doesn't care about the planet and the people. So it has to measure its societal impact and not only consider the bottom line of the companies. The challenge for corporates today is to adapt to an environment which requires cleaner, smarter, healthier products. And gone are the days when industries used to take pollution as free, labor as a cost factor, and scope and strategy was a dominant factor. People have to consider their impacts on the planet and the society before they just consider the bottom lines of the companies. So how do you do that? The measure of sustainability is ESG. So E stands for environment, S stands for social, and G stands for governance. So in other words, if you want to translate ESG in simple terms, these are the three pillars of any businesses, where one P is the planet, the other P is the people, and third P is the profits. So you need to consider what kind of impact it has on these three pillars of any businesses. So what does this ESG entail? Environment or the planet includes how the company is gearing for climate change, or what are the pollution levels of that company, what are the policies they have for waste management or water conservation. Similarly, when it comes to S, there's social or the impact on the people. It measures what are the labor practices that the company has, what are the safety standards it has for employees when they work in their factories or plants. When it comes to corporate social responsibility, we need to see what kind of impact the company makes with its CSR of 2% that is compulsory for every company to spend. And also we take into consideration how the company protects the rights of its consumers. So this is the social element. Now we come to the governance element, which is very, very important when you invest in any company. So what are the minority shareholder rights, and whether the company flounders with any of the minority shareholder rights is very, very important. When it comes to board independence, we need to verify whether the board is truly independent, what are the qualifications that the board has, and what is the participation of the board towards the betterment of the company. When it comes to executive compensation, we need to see if the executive or the top management compensation is very, very skewed as compared to the average salaries prevailing in the company, or whether it is fair. We also need to ensure what are the practices, business practices of the company, whether is there any corruption involved, are they fair, ethical. So all these will measure the ESG practices of a company. If you carefully notice, ESG measures sustainability of these companies. These various factors are non-financial in nature but can have material impact on a firm's valuation. So it's no longer you can not consider these factors into valuation, because now brand and reputation are becoming much bigger part of any company's valuation. So whenever it comes to sustainability of a company, ESG will become very, very important parameter for any investor to take into consideration and thereby make their investments. So ESG is here to stay. ESG, though is a new concept, we have been practicing it in some way or the other. It's high time we put it into practice in a much structured manner and thereby reap the benefits of the long-term wealth creation.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.